yummy! What would you like to create today?
If your child is using Easy Blogger Junior at school, there's a chance he'll want to keep blogging from home. Most likely, he won't be able to use his school blog to post photos of the family camping trip or silly pictures of his best friend, the family dog. In this short tutorial, we will show you how to set up a blog for your child to use from home. There are 4 main steps to this process, but the whole thing should take you less than 15 minutes.
The first step in this process is to create a Google or a Gmail account for your child's blog. Now, because of the laws and rules regarding use of Google and Gmail and so on, if your child is under 13, you need to put it in your name, but you can go ahead and use something like their name in the actual Gmail if you want. So you just go ahead and create a Google account, which is very straightforward, as you can see here. And once we've done that, we can just continue through to Gmail, and that's step 1 done. The next step is to go into YouTube.com, and again sign in with the new Gmail you've created. You will then need to just click a couple of nexts to get through to the 3rd step, which is to set up the actual Blogger blog. So the next part is you go through to Blogger.com and again log on using your child's new Gmail address you've created. After you've done that, here, please don't choose the one that says create a blogger profile, just click on the one that is already shown, and you'll also need to follow a couple of steps in here as well. So just go ahead and do that. Once you've done that, you'll be taken to the main Blogger homepage, and you can click on New Blog. For the blog's title, you can put in something like your child's home blog or whatever you want, and you can always change that later. The blog URL or the address though is not changeable. Once you've put that in there, it's there for life. So you want to make sure you get one that you like. Choose a dynamic view. This is by far the best, and it means the blog will look good on any type of device, whether it's a computer, an iPad, an iPhone. So once you've clicked Create Blog, you will now see that you have the blog there. And click on the little drop down menu and choose Layout. So what we're looking at here are the parts that make up the blog. In the center we can see where the main posts will go, and then around that you can see the other little boxes which are called gadgets. We're going to remove most of those and add a couple, and once you get the hang of how they work, you can customize these as you like. But what I do is I remove the About Me, which I don't really want showing on my daughter's blog, and it's very simple to remove, as you can see. And the blog archive, I don't really want to put that in. Some people like to have it. It's a list of all the posts, but I don't really see a need for that, so I'm going to remove that one. I'm a bit of a minimalist for design. Attribution can also be removed. No academic studies will be going on. And the nav bar is a little bit different. You set that to off down the bottom in there. Now at the top you can see favicon. Don't worry about that, just leave that. But another important step is going to add a couple, and first one we're going to add is the follow by email, so that people can follow my blog, like grandma and granddad, etc. And this is one way to do that. There are other ways to do that, and we'll show you one later on, but this one I quite like. So we'll follow, and then savable, and then we're going to add another gadget which is going to show the different labels, and these are going to be the categories that my child uses for their blog. Like, I might have one category that's my favorite toys, or another category that's my favorite books or whatever. Labels is not such a great word for young kids because they wouldn't really know what that means, so you could put in there stuff I like, or topics, or whatever it is that your child might like to put in there. In fact, it's quite fun to do this process with your child. Now, because of the way that the app works, we also need to make some changes here inside blog post. and that is to turn off the author there, because the author will not be me, it will be my child. And then these are all the other things that will show at the bottom of each post. You can turn them on or off as you wish. I don't want the social media stuff on here, so I'm going to switch that off, but you can tailor that to show whatever you would like to show on there. And then don't forget to hit save when you finish customizing that. Okay, next we are going to move into the settings. First, inside the template, if you'd like to change the background, which your child may very well like to do, it's something kids seem to love doing. So you just click on template and then backgrounds there, and they can either choose a picture background that is already provided by Google, as we can see here, and of course, as is always the way, you could upload your own there as well. Of course, you don't actually get to see most of the picture because the blog post is in the center of the blog, but still, kids seem to like doing that. You can also just choose a base color, although you wouldn't see that much unless you were to remove the image. So if you make some customizations in here, don't forget to click apply to blog up in the top right corner there when you're done, otherwise it won't show up. So just for fun's sake, we'll pop a picture in the background here, and there we go, and then apply to blog, and then back to Blogger. Now we're going to choose settings, and these are to do with privacy and who can see the blog, who can comment on the blog. So as a parent with a young child doing this, I'm going to want to be careful that I get these things right. First one, inside privacy here, I'm going to turn both of those options off. I do not want it searchable. And the other one I'm going to do, these are your choices for who can see the blog. Now if you just want just family and friends, if you set it to private, you can then add people who will have permission to see the blog, and you will put their email in there. They will then get an email saying they've been invited to view this blog, and they will need to accept, and actually they'll need to do that with a Google account if they didn't already have one. Don't forget, as always, to hit save, and those are the basic settings I like in there. In posts and comments, I'm also going to, for the who can comment on this, I'm going to just have members, which are the readers in the blog. And I'm just to be triply sure, I want all comments to come to me. So I'm going to put my own personal email address in there. If anyone comments on my child's blog now, I will get a notification about that. If you're worried about cyber safety and so forth, and as a parent you really should be, please take time. You can learn more about these settings and customize them to a level that you are comfortable with. If you have more than one child who will use the same iPad, then just go back to the step where we first made the blog and create a second blog. You don't need a new Google account though. It can all be under the one Google account. You can have as many blogs as you like underneath that. So now let's go through and set up the app. So open the app up and hold your finger down there for quite a while until it flips over like that. First step, we have to connect to Blogger. So click connect to Blogger down there in the corner, and then go ahead and sign in with your child's Gmail address.
What's the purple color? Sky sun is singing king. Tell Bobo disappearing. Indian light spread his wing, cover the world.
You will then be presented with your very standard app authorization screens that you always see for Facebook or Twitter or any other of these social medias, and you can just click accept on that, and then you will probably have another one come up from YouTube, and you can also just click accept on that. So as you can see down the bottom right there, we are now connected to Blogger, and I'm going to click the plus button to add the first profile. So this might be slightly different to how it's done in school. Each profile here will have the same name, my child's name, but the labels will be the topics or stuff he likes that we talked about earlier. And then to show which category it is, he can take a picture of something to represent that. For example, if he has a category about holidays, he could take a picture of a globe like this. Then we tap to select blog. Sometimes that sticks a bit, you've got to kind of flick it and it'll come up. Click update profile, and you can adjust any of those as you need, and we can see that one is showing. Hit the plus again, Andrew again, and this category is going to be, I don't know, about his favorite toys he might like to share. click that camera, he can take a photo of his toys. And again, choose the blog, add profile, and we'll see it appear. And I don't know, one more about books, because I'm hoping at some point he's going to enjoy reading some books. So this is a category about books, and I can have as many of these as he likes, and each of these will show on the right hand side of the blog as a category or a label, so I can immediately go and find all he's blogged about books, for instance, and go through and do the rest of the steps and add profile. If we now flip the app back over, we will see that all three of those have been created on the app, and it's now ready for Andrew to go ahead and use. If you have created more than one blog because you've got more than one child under the same Google account, when you tap to select blog, you will see all of the blogs come up, and you can just choose the one that you're after and then go ahead and repeat the categories process. If your child is using Easy Blogger Junior in school, they will already know what to do at this point, but I'll just show you. So for instance, if my child would like to post about a new toy they've got, I'd tap on the toy category, confirm that that is the category they wanted. They would then say what they wanted to do with their toy, like a video or type something or put up a photo. The normal, well, have you taken the photo already? Do you want to take it now? So the child wants to take the photo now. There's their new car, isn't she a beauty? Takes a photo of that. They're then asked to confirm if they like it. They get a chance to talk about it if they'd like to. Otherwise, boom, it just goes straight up to the blog. So if I go back to the blog now and click on View Blog, and you can always, don't forget that the URL for the blog is the one that you created. So if I go back to the blog, there it is. There's his photo that he's just put up. And in fact, there's one I did a little bit earlier down below, and we can see it's been put in the label of toys, and you can get to that on the right hand side. So stuff I like, there's the categories, and there are toys. The other two categories, the vacation and books, they're not showing yet because nothing has been posted in them yet. So I'm sure your child will love using it at home, and please don't hesitate to contact us here at Support if you have any troubles, and we'd also love to hear how you're getting on with it.